So, dude, let's talk about plunging. Let's like go from the opposite of a hot spring to cold plunge. How do you feel
Yeah,
about that?
feels like a great transition. Feels like I want to do it 7 times. Hot in the hot, then in the cold, in the hot, in the cold.
Hot,
Because that's
cold,
the
hot,
best
cold.
way.
Hey, I know we talking about this earlier, but I'd be very interested. I feel like I've heard people talk about, the benefits of the hot, cold, and like cold plunges, but who really knows, right? Like I don't know, sort of evidence that shows. So I think it's interesting that we still sought it out, right? And I know that the video that I shared, in the lead up to today's IG live was my first real experience, cold plunging, right? But you've obviously done this before. So I'm very interested to learn more about your story of A, how you were exposed to it, B, what drew you to it, right? And C, what keeps you to continue pursuing it, to help us understand the inner workings of why.
Yeah, so why I was drawn to it is a little different. Like, so for the benefits side of it,
Hmm.
so I know the benefits of hot springs, at least
Yeah,
mineral hot springs, right? So you go
for
to the hot
sure.
springs and like it feels good, you get warm, and like
Hmm.
it's very relaxing. And then you have all these like, you know, trace minerals that you're soaking
Yep.
in, or even like other minerals like zinc and then the sulfur and magnesium and all these things, and you're getting all these benefits that way. But with cold plunging, there's benefits, but I don't remember them. I don't really know them offhand. I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm sure I could spend a minute, conjuring something up that I can remember, but I literally did it because, well, first of all, I just moved here a year ago, and then I it was during COVID, and there was like nothing to do, and it was like
Mm.
becoming January, and I didn't know anybody, so I literally got on. And I've been doing like different types of breath work for a while. So like when you learn
Yeah.
about different breath works, cold plunging kind of comes into that scene. So like I've heard of people
Yeah.
doing it, and when I grew up, in my hometown, there was people doing what they call a polar plunge.
Oh
And
yeah.
the polar plunge essentially is just a cold plunge. Just people, they didn't talk about benefits. They just did it as something crazy in the winter to do.
Yeah.
And people would
After
all gather
smashing a lot of
together. And
beers,
what's that?
after smashing a lot of beers, was this like a party activity or was it
No,
more
no,
like,
it was like a community thing. Like
okay,
the community would kind of all do it, and they would like their kids would
okay,
do it, and it would be just like
okay.
I don't remember people actually going in and staying in. It would be like
Yeah.
I hear just people just going in and then like getting real wet and then running out and being like, "Woo, I did it," kind of thing.
Okay.
But I never went, so I wonder like I kind of wonder what it was like and what people did know and what kind of knowledge of people that were there, especially
Yeah.
growing in my hometown. But yeah, so I just was going on Facebook and I think I was just looking for like local groups so I could meet people. And I'm pretty sure I just came across, Colorado Cold Plunge Crew or something. I think that's the name of it. And they were going, they had certain dates they were going. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do this. I remember hearing about it, and I know people do this. I know people get in the cold water, and there's like, you know, there's benefits or whatever to it. But I just wanted to
Hmm.
like see if I could do it. And this was January,
Wow.
so it was like,
In Colorado.
yeah, snow everywhere, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta try this. So I show up, and there was like I didn't like I've never been there before. So I'm like looking around and all of a sudden I just see like four people with towels in their hands. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is real." And I was so scared because I was like, there's fucking snow on the ground. And the creek that we were getting into just had ice like along the sides and there's snow everywhere. And I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be awful. But I was excited because I wanted to do it. And the
Yeah.
people were cool too, like all very like, you know, what's up? Awesome, glad you joined, kind of thing. So like it felt really good
Yeah.
to meet, to finally be around people and to be around like this really weird activity that we were gonna do. And it started off as like Luke, he's like the kind of the moderator of the group, he kind of like started the group. And
Mm,
so he was there and he's kind of like walking us through like usually people will do like breath work like you and I did beforehand. We didn't do any
mm,
breath work. We just like kind of checked in with each other. So it was like, how are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? So like, why are you here to jump in this cold water? So like we were kind of just like really making sure we had like, that we were present is kind of like how I saw it, like being present in the moment. And
yeah.
so I think what I said is more like I just wanted to like get into the community in Boulder here, and then um,
Because you were new.
yeah, because I was new, and then I think I can't even remember. I think what I initially did it because it's been almost a year now, so I can't remember why I initially got into it. Anyways, I had a reason why, but I can't think of it right now. Either way,
Yeah.
I was there, I showed up, and man, it was cold. It was so cold. And it was like the whole time I was like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. Oh my God, how long am I going to last in there? Like, what am I going what's my reaction going to be? Like, am I going to freak out in there? Am I going to die? Am I going to, like, what's going to happen? And like, I think I lasted longer than I thought I was going to last. I lasted like almost 2 minutes or something in there.
Nice.
And, I felt good about it and got out and like felt the feeling of like, like you get really hot and your body's kind of red and you're just like, it was awesome.
Wow. Wow.